Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Martin for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamal for here once again. Now, hopefully this blind lighting situation I got going on here isn't too distracting for either me nor you, but we're gonna work through it anyway. I feel like it's giving me like some kind of Godfather effect. Y'all know from that movie. But either way, I finally got a chance to catch up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Just early. If y'all hear that squeaky noise, that's my dog. I got him a new little squeaky toy, and he's just over here getting his life. But anyways, we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta episode. I believe this is episode 6, season 8. So the episode starts when we figure out that Portia and Kenya Moore, okay, Portia Williams, Kenya Moore, have actually joined forces. I'm gonna say that again. Portia Williams, I almost called it Portia Moore. Portia Williams and Kenya Moore have merged and joined forces to plan a trip in an attempt to rectify sort of the whole boat horror story situation that happened where, Cynthia did a Ryu Hayukin kick into Portia's vagina. So we're going to fix that and try to redo this whole thing, okay? So they plan a trip to Miami, and so when they get to this house, okay, it's a beautiful house, and then Shamia, apparently she flew ahead and she done came out and greeted people in her little bikini. I'm like, oh, okay, she's serving body yada yada, but Kenya was just like, girl, what did she say? She did that quote from the Help, but you was not smart, you was not kind, and you was not important. I'm like, bitch, bye. And then we figure out that Shamia done win. She said she'd have got her own room. And Cynthia was like, ooh, wait a minute, bitch. You are new in this game. You are fresh meat on this girl's trip. You are not about to sit up here and get your own room. And then when they found out that she just got her own little, what Portia called thought box or thought corner or whatever. It was one of the smaller rooms. She was like, I ain't going to be, bold enough to take one of the big rooms. And I'm just, coming into this shit brand spanking new. She knew better. But this is the thing. So everybody's picking out their room, whatever. Here comes Kim. Bless her heart. Just bless her sweet, precious heart, Lord. She done went and she picked out the damn living room. She said, this is all I need, my little space here. I got the couch that got I think it looked like a chase or something. I got a TV. This is all I need. And so she starts setting out her clothes, and this is her living space. And we just like, there's literally a room right there. But she's just like, no, this is all I want. And I'm just like, okay. I know the type of person that Kim is. Kim is she's a practical person. She doesn't really get into the whole social type environment. She's really used to being to herself and, very simple pleasures. She's one of those types of people. She doesn't require a lot to be entertained, okay? So, a part of me, I get it. But, it's like, but it's not like you're in a little shanty. You're not in a shack. You're not in a cave. You're in a 5-star resort type home that you got going on here. But you want to sleep on the couch? This is not the Bad Girls Club. You are, whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I would be like, okay, girl, whatever floats your boat. We just gonna let you do whatever floats your fucking boat, bitch. So, where are we? So the girls kind of separate into little, the groups where they discuss and throw shade at one another. And Sheree just drops the bomb where she says, because they talked about how Tammy had a problem with her or whatever, and she was like, I feel like I should be the one that had a problem with you because she feels like she was fucking her husband Bob. Excuse me. Her ex-husband Bob. And I was just like, okay, she said it. I'm like, do you know this for a fact? Or is it just speculation because you just feel like because she's a woman and it's hard for women to be best friends. And see, that's another. I'm not gonna get too far off a tangent, but it's like there's a common theory that people feel like straight women and straight men can't be best friends without secretly wanting to fuck. And I mean, I'm sure it can happen because sometimes when you're so close to somebody and you've been raised together, it's kind of when you see them and when you try to just look at them in that way, it's kind of gross. It kind of gets like a brother sister type thing going on. But sometimes, shit, if you know somebody well enough and you just all of a sudden puberty hits and they become really really attractive, and y'all already know each other, so the foundation is there. So maybe it's the perfect match. I don't know. But anyway, that's besides the point. So she was trying to say that they have been fucking or whatever, allegedly, supposedly, reportedly, and everybody just like, oops, so how do you know that? You know, do you have these facts? And she's like, I don't, all I'm saying is I should be the one that has a problem with you because, that whole fact. And I'm just like, all right. And she was like, well, don't just try not to bring that up around dinner or something, she said. Or I think that was Candy who said that. I'm like, bitch, please. She's going to be the first one to bring that shit up immediately. And let's see, where are we at? So, who was it? I think it was Justin. Justin J asked, because I hadn't watched this the episode yet when I saw this on Instagram, when Tammy and Phaedra were trying on dresses for whatever. She's like, whatever Tammy had on, the little red dress, it was cute. But there were these shoes. And Justin asked on point and was like, what are those? Them shits was ugly. Even Phaedra was like, girl, I ain't seen shoes like that since they brought Jesus from the manger. I was like, girl. It was them big clunky, no, ma'am. I think they might have worked maybe if they were like a bright color or something with like a sundress. And I could see it working then. But the shit that they had on her feet that day was no, ma'am. So they get to the dinner table, and as reported, Sheree shut it down and set it off just like it was. She's like, so I don't see why you should have a problem with me, and I just pretty much want to ask you, like, did you fuck my husband or no? And everybody else was just like, ooh. And everybody just like, well, and she was just like, seriously? Like, no. Like, are you really being serious right now? Sheree was like, I'm being dead ass serious right now. She was like, no, me and Bob never fucked with. He's like, well, he was always talking about the people he'd be fucking around with, and your name came up. He was like, and she was like, man, that's impossible. Blah, 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 this, that, and the fourth. Oh, mind you, I wanted to quickly talk about, we finally got to see Tammy's husband, who was the alleged, what you call him, like a Nazi type white man or something crazy. And I was like, oh, he wasn't that bad, I guess, but it was still just kind of like, okay. No, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there with Tammy because that would be mean. That would be mean. So, so she's like, "Are you serious?" And then Cynthia sitting up there worried about her friend because she's like, "I don't know. I've never seen Tammy turn up, and I've seen Sheree turn up, and not too many can go toe to toe with Sheree because I know Sheree will go there and go there quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if you ain't ready for it, you're just gonna get run the fuck over." But they just kind of glossed over, and she was just like, "Shit, I ain't fucking with your husband." She was like, "Okay, girl." So, and then here goes Kim ass. Again, like I said, bless her heart. She's like, are we grown women talking to each other like this? Like, who likes who and who likes what? I'm like, Kim, baby, have you not seen this show? Have you not seen a single episode of this show? That is what this show is based off of. The most basic form of drama is one person not liking the other person, and then the other people involved being messy with them to try to see what they're going to do if they find out that they don't like each other. That is the base set of shade and drama that comes with a reality show like Real Housewives of Atlanta. So when you sign that their good contract, when you put the ink to the paper, bitch, I know you're not dumb, and I know you had to have read some of the guidelines, some of the clauses, all that stuff saying you're gonna see some shit. We're gonna ask you to do some shit that you probably are gonna deem this way or another. Do you agree to be a part of this show? And since you signed on the dotted line, Miss Kim Fields, You can't be sitting up there looking so like, you know, like what? Have you forgotten where you at? This is normal. This is nothing. This is basic. You see, everybody else is just kind of like, I mean, this is nothing. You just sit up there just getting so pearl clutching. I'm just like, oh, child. And then I guess she finally realized what her place was, and she kind of figured out, oh, well, I mean, if we about to go there, we about to go there. And she was trying to be like, so, because Kenya had mentioned the whole thing about, well, where did you hear that, you know, Tammy didn't like you from? And they said it came from Kenya. And they kept flashing back to the conversation that they had about Tammy saying that, you know, had he not been a player for, I think we said the Falcons or somewhere in the NFL, then she wouldn't be with him. And so Kenya was like, so she's a gold digger. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Sheree had kind of corrected and was like, well, you know, we actually were living together with 2 kids before we actually got married, so check your facts and shit. So she was like, you know, so it really wasn't even so much about that. But then she tried to say that, you know, they got the whole tea and thing for Kenya. And so Kim was like, so is there a difference between information and instigation? And Kenya started feeling some sort of way, like, wait, bitch, are you trying to come for me right now? Are you trying to say that I'm trying to instigate and shit? Which, mind you, Kenya, it's true. You probably did it without even knowing you were doing it. You probably have done it so much that it's just the art form that you do second nature, okay? But to answer Kim's question, it's actually like a legit question. So it's like, when you're a mutual party in a group of individuals, and one member of the party says that they're not too fond of another individual, if you, as the mutual party, disclose information that would be otherwise presumed negative almost no matter what way you spin it, are you presenting just factual information, or are you giving information with the goal to instigate the situation further than what it already is? I think if it's something that can only be perceived negatively, that's instigation. Because if Susie says she doesn't like Ashley, and Karen comes in the middle and says, well, Ashley said such and such about you as well. Like, you would, that's not helping the situation. You're instigating and making Susan more pissed at Ashley, you know? So that's instigation, miss, to answer Kim's question. But that was kind of messy. I was like, okay, Kim, you're not completely, totally 100% useless on the show. You threw your little dash of spice into the mix, just a little bit. Ooh, sorry, I gotta get through that. Feels so good. So when they get ready to get on this or this boat or get on this whole ordeal or whatnot, here come Phaedra in this big booty Judy short, spreading whole ass cheeks for Bravo TV. And I'm just like, ew. I don't know how I feel about looking at that. You know? I mean, it was still cute, but whatever. But it was just, I don't know. Something about it made me uncomfortable. I was looking like Candy, like, oh. You know? But anywho, where we at? So they get to the boat, and did y'all notice that, you know, they were showing, like, when they first got onto the boat, they were doing the little flash scenes of them doing stuff. Was they up there doing goddamn choreographies and shit? I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? The damn single ladies dance or something? I'm like, what the hell? I wanted to see what they were actually listening to. Like, who choreographed this little routine y'all got going on here? But anyway, this is the part, because I was looking at my timeline as last night, because I wasn't watching it. Hell, I was tired. I went to bed. I was looking at my timeline, and I saw that people were just reading Kim for filth. Why is Kim on the show? What the fuck is she doing? What's all this bullshit? And I'm just like, well, damn, what did Kim do? And we get to this scene. She's out on the damn dock, just feeling, she's separated. She done start boohoo crying. And Phaedra goes over there like, girl, what's wrong with you? And she's just like, you know, I miss my husband, and I just don't understand being around all these people and watching girls dance, and I just don't get it. I'm like, what is there not to get? I didn't understand. I mean, on one hand, I mean, I understand you missing your husband, and if you're seeing a lot of people dancing together, you wish, damn, I kind of wish my husband was here, but to the point of crying? What? I and like you legit boohoo crying, and it's not like you've been away for a week. You've been away for 40, not even 48 hours. Okay, and you've already Skyped them at least twice today. So, I mean, I don't understand it. Like how you said, you don't get it, Kim. I don't get it with you, baby. I don't understand. I was lost. I couldn't. No, not to that degree. And then of course, Phaedra came and she was comforting and told her how So I mean, sometimes I miss my husband, but I mean, shit, I put on my big girl panties and I do what I got to do for my children and whatnot. But she's, I mean, when they finally got her back to the table, they was like, I mean, they was kind of just like me on my ass. Like, she hasn't been away from her husband for 15 minutes. What the fuck? But I mean, I guess that's she was trying to say in the confessional. I mean, it's good if you can find the love like that and this, that, and the fourth, that you're gonna want to cherish and spend every day with that person. I'm like, well, I mean, a lot of people are already saying that your husband is gay, so there's that. Even though it's still just like, who was that said that in that confession? I think it was Kenya. She's like, do you know how many women across America would kill for their husband to take their kids for a weekend to spend time with their girlfriends? Like, that's charitable. That's gold to most women. But you out here wanting your husband back after just 30 hours for being away? Something about that is not healthy. I mean, it's one thing to stick to your vows, love your husband, y'all have a great relationship, cool. But you need to have a life outside of your husband, Miss Kim Fields. Did you ever see this video? You have got to have a life outside of your husband. That's what Phaedra meant by finding yourself. That means yourself aside from whomever, okay? Like you said, you got to find Kimmy back. Kimmy back can't be, well, you can't get Kimmy back being up under your husband. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see, where are we? Next, we have Tammy, has disappeared again, and she went, I don't know if she went to go use the bathroom, take a shit or what have you, but she comes back with some trade. And Phaedra called Tammy the damn mail magnet or something. And so they get together, they go outside, I guess it's nighttime at this point, and Portia wants to play this game, Never Have I Ever. And then she done got her little Latin poppy or whatever. I guess it's her and Duke, I guess she's over Duke. So if y'all have never played Never Have I Ever, it is a game you have to only play with people that you trust. Because it will cause you to, if you're going to be a truthful player and actually play and tell the truth about things you never have done or have done, people gonna learn a lot about you really, really fast. So, because I used to play that game in college, and ooh boy. But anywho, so while they're playing or whatever, Kenya apparently was trying to get one of the guys' attention that she thought was cute, and she was like, "Hey, young lad, what's your name again?" And dude was like, "I know this bitch did not just snap at me, bro, like I'm a damn chihuahua." And she was like, "No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to get your attention." And he was like, "Look, you gonna have to do that a better way, bitch, because I ain't with that shit." And Phaedra was like, "I mean, that may work on some dudes, Miss Kenya, but you can't be snapping at a grown ass man like that and expect them not to get offended. That's disrespectful as fuck." But I thought this was gonna be the week that we get to see that whole altercation, because it looked like old dude that she was snapping at, excuse me, is trying to get all nuck if you buck on either Kenya or some other bitch. So we're gonna see how that goes, and if that's the case, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Oh shit, I just realized next week, okay y'all, newsflash. Next week, I'm actually gonna be in Alabama, visiting my fam for the holidays on the 20th. So, this might be the last video of 2015. Depending on how things work, I may try to film out there or what have you, but next Sunday I'm gonna be out. Damn. Well, Well, hopefully I still get to talk about it. Hopefully I'll live tweet it or something. But either way it goes, thank you guys so much for watching this particular review. I don't know, I kind of like this lighting. It's kind of cool. But, you know, the sun may never be in this place again. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington, Washington, Washington.